Good morning. Good morning. I wanted to share something, but I really wanted to type it, but my phone died and my laptop is just going crazy. And the message would get out faster if I just spoke it. So, um, in life, you must practice the power of discernment, discipline, self control. And I say these things because first it came up when I thought of Facebook, when I thought of social media, period, just social media. Um, because, social media can be very dangerous, but it's also a very powerful tool. Um, and when I thought of that and wanted to share that, then the other message popped up, about discernment, discipline, and self control. And really, that's something you have to practice in life, you know, just in life in general, not just with social media. But it's really, really important to practice it also when you're on social media because, like I said, social media is dangerous, yet it's also a powerful tool. And so, really, it is up to the individual soul, like how you're going to use this tool. And I say it's dangerous because you can get so consumed in it. You can lose yourself in this space, which it's a virtual space. And there's literally just all kinds of information um, in these spaces, these virtual spaces. And so many people are sharing whether it's true or not true, which is why discernment comes in, right? Sharing information across these spaces. Also, people are constantly sharing things about their lives, whether they're true or not, which is what I also said again about discernment. And if you are a person that's sharing, you must practice self-control and discipline too, because you know you really just should consider what you want to share on these spaces, because not everybody is going to have an intention that comes from love, that comes from the heart, that comes from um, wanting the highest good for all. There are a lot of people who are still operating within the shadow, within their shadow, within unconsciousness. And so, there's a lot of jealousy, yeah, jealousy, anger, and these energies, these thought forms can be sent towards you, transmitted towards you. Also, with other people sharing things, it's like if you get on and you get on social media, it's it can happen where you begin to look at other people's lives and what they're doing and compare it to yours. So, and I mean, this has been proven with different research. I mean, you can get on YouTube and look up articles where this has really um, caused a higher number in depression and a loss of identity, all kinds of stuff. And it's because we, in general, as in humans who are connected, who have devices and are on social media, we're getting on and we're seeing other people post things, whether they're true or not, because just like there are these musicians who pretend to have these lavish lifestyles, there's people who really are pretending that they have a certain life or lifestyle, and it's not always true, and maybe sometimes it is true. So, yet again, using discernment, but you need to take that a step further and realize, you are unique and your life is unique, your path is unique, and we all should be present in our own lives. So that is why you have not seen much of me. I backed up from social media a while ago, and I pop in and out so that I can share things, share messages that come forth, and healing messages or light language, toning, things of that nature, including stuff topics that I will be talking about publicly, soon on my podcast. But I saw it for myself. I experienced it for myself, that even those that I thought were part of this larger, um, almost like a family, a network, not everybody that I was connected to on social media had good intentions for me. So over the past 2, almost 3 years, I've come to see a lot and had to back up. And even more so, um, let me just say this, especially with what has been going on in the past few months, hell, the last year, the last 2 years, we've had a lot of astrological events take place. And these alignments, these events, it's all for all of us, because it's all about evolution, soul evolution, and healing. It's all about clearing up energy, letting go of things, clearing karmic things, and so that your soul can further evolve, further grow. So we are given multiple opportunities to learn something and to expand. And if you are just drowning, if you are fully immersed in the virtual reality, you will not be giving yourself that opportunity to be present in your life outside of a device. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to be present with the people around you, with your family, your partner, your pets, your friends, your coworkers. It could be something so small to something so grand. Perhaps there was something that was going to take place with you sitting on a bench waiting for a bus. Maybe there was a stranger there who needed to hear something from you, or you needed to hear something from them. But if you are sucked in your device, maybe it didn't happen. Although maybe on the soul level it still did. Energy can still move between the two. But I'm just saying, there's all kinds of stuff that happens and can happen in your daily life if you give yourself the opportunity to be more present, ever more present. And that requires you to really be breathing into your physical form, to be breathing and the breath will help you with your mind and being focused and present exactly where you are in the moment that you are in, and to be mindful and observant of everything around you, the people around you, what's going on in nature or with weather or energy. You're just going to be more tuned in and tuned into yourself, which is highly important. So with the astrological events that took place, especially in the last few months, we went through a Mercury retrograde. And someone on Facebook, she said something, and I was so grateful for what she said, because it's so true, because it also happened to me. I remember sharing some videos right before I pulled back again. I was, bringing forth a lot of messages, and then I was told it's time to back away. So I was guided to share things on clearing your energy, grounding your energy, because there's a lot of air going on. And when I say air, that means mental activity, and it's still occurring. There is really a lot of activity going on in the mental field, going on in the astral field. So there's just so much. So if you're an empath or a clairvoyant, clairaudient, you're going to be hearing all this, which it's crazy, because I can hear just constantly all this stuff. And there's just a lot of pain, a lot of regret, a lot of disappointment, just a lot of stuff. So in order to help yourself, you've got to ground. And that means coming back into your physical body. That means, get on some earth, step onto the ground, or go in nature. Do something that will get your energy and ground it into your physical body, so that you're not up here in the mental space and not present. And when you're in the mental space, it's very stressful. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Flightiness. There's no focus, and you just kind of feel all over the place. Think of air. It just blows everywhere. And and I speak about this in videos. So Spirit came forth to have me channel some healing things here. Let me get out of here real quick. Okay. So what came forth? Grounding your energy, which I have a light language transmission and toning transmission all in one. And it was a partial, it was on YouTube, and then the full audio was provided to Patreon members. What I think I will do is release the full clip now, because even though we are out of the retrograde, and I believe now we are out of the shadow, grounding is still very much needed. Very needed. Also, what came forth was some light language and toning for healing through water, celestial waters. And that's on my YouTube and I think my Facebook. There were messages that came forth on using discernment and self-control and discipline, on looking around you. Look around your space, look around in your life, and who is being authentic to you, who is being an authentic friend, who is reciprocating similar energy to you. There's also messages on being silent. And at the time that it came out, it was very important, but I still think it's important now, because with Mercury going into retrograde and now we're out of retrograde, during that time span, in some form or fashion, you experienced some things that was probably a little bit chaotic or scary, or like an upheaval, or just stuff stirring. And it was for the energy, and the universe is trying to show you things in your life, in your lives, that you need to either rearrange, you need to let go of, you need to focus on. And so with that, maybe think about doing some kind of social media detox so you can pull back and focus on your life, so you can focus on yourself, focus on the people around you, or maybe a project, maybe there are things that you need to let go of, whether it's something like a food or a habit, or certain people that have certain habits, or maybe it's about just pulling back a little bit more and not giving so much, because you are giving so much energy of yourself that you do not have enough for yourself and for your family, for your household, for your projects, things like that. There was something else. It was right when I was talking about pulling back from people. There it is. Okay. This is also very important, because this is why I offer this to you, and just see if it resonates or not, but it would be wise to practice self-control, more discipline, and discernment when on social media, and even in your daily life. Practice these things when you're interacting with people, and when sharing opinions, or sharing posts, sharing thoughts, however you want to share on social media. It would be wise to practice self-control, discipline, discernment, because you may live 5 states away from me. You're in a whole different household. You got material things that surround you, right? And surround me. We're like behind a screen. But energy doesn't care. Energy is energy. So when you share, when others share, we are mixing energy. So other people will be picking up on your energy or taking some of your energy in, or you're taking in some of someone else's energy. And this can cause issues in your life if you are taking in too much energy. Therefore, if you are on social media so much and you're around a bunch of people and you do not use any kind of clearing techniques, any kind of energetic tools to clear yourself, you're just constantly absorbing energy. And then, so it's very possible that you can take on patterns of other people. And when I say patterns, I mean like their habits, whether they're healthy or not, talking patterns, talking habits, behavioral habits, thoughts. So things that you normally wouldn't think about, all of a sudden maybe you're thinking about, different things like that. So it can affect you negatively or positively. So you want to consider pulling back a bit and also clearing yourself. Doing a daily thing, if you can get yourself into a morning cleansing routine and a nightly cleansing routine, and if at all possible, just once a day. And trust me, it takes practice, because I was told years ago to do this, and then like I would forget, and then I'd step outside my home and then just have this whole emotional thing because I can hear and feel everything and get very overwhelmed. And that's why I'm kind of a hermit, because it's just so much that I can feel and hear and see. And so I had to experience and be overwhelmed so I could remember to clear myself, shield myself, protect myself. Okay, so I offer that to you, to practice these things when interacting with social media and people on social media, and just in your daily lives. Also, just pay attention to people, whether they are on social media or in your daily life, because just really pay attention to see who really cares and who resonates and who doesn't, who has good intentions for you or doesn't, because it's very possible that someone you think or you thought had good intentions, they may not, or maybe something has changed, or maybe they're going through something, and they're in a part of their shadow, or unconsciousness, where they're not doing the inner work to transmute. So therefore they would be sending out this stuff, really trying to deflect and not work on their self, and so they push it on you or send it to you, however that may transpire in your life. And I think if this is going on in your life, you'll understand what I'm saying right now. It's like projection, basically. And then you heard the ding, some confirmation there. Okay, yeah, Mercury retrograde was very interesting, and we're out of it now. And Venus had been retrograde. There was a lot going on, and now we're nearing the winter solstice, which is significant, and a full moon coming up. I don't know which day. And winter solstice is known as that death, the death of the sun. And then after 3 days, it resurrects again. Okay, so think about things that you want to let go of. Let a death occur, or even something within yourself to let go of, and let your spirit resurrect. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for now, but hopefully that helped you in some way. May you recognize and seek the divine guidance that is always surrounding you. May you remember the light within yourself. May you remember to go within instead of looking without for answers. Namaste, Mitakwe, Yasini. Rohan Nui.